Welcome. I'm Piers Corbyn from weatheraction.com, long-range weather and climate forecasters. And I'm going to talk to you now about climategate. Leading climate scientists who provide key data for world data sets used to justify the theories of man-made global warming and climate change have been manipulating the data in a manner to hide the world cooling trend now on. The same people have also been suppressing the right of persons such as myself or Professor Fred Singer from the United States of America, suppress their right to publish scientific literature which opposes the standard view. Now, this is a complete travesty of the norms of testable science. The CO2-driven theory of global warming and climate change is a failed theory. It's refuted by the facts, and now it's exposed as a lie, propagated by deceit and trickery, using falsified data and green fundamentalists who are on a gravy train of climate change hype. And it's been magnified and propagated by the media and politicians around the world against the interest of the world population. Now, what are we going to do about it? First of all, I would say that if the media were honest, every statement they carry about climate change should carry a health warning to the effect that the data used to justify these claims has been questioned in terms of its validity. Which means, of course, the whole theory is questionable. And we know, and you know, from observations that there's no evidence whatsoever for this theory. It is a politically motivated theory. But first of all, what should scientists do about it? Well, that is difficult. Because you see, we use this sort of data in Weather Action, not much of the climate data in terms of short of 100-day or 2-year forecasting, but in terms of our climate forecasting, we do need to know what the real climate has been doing. And now we don't, because we know the data is dishonest data, and we're in a bit of a problem here. But one thing we are going to do, and you can see on this graph, for example, that the difference between the land measurements, so-called, and the satellite measurements is bigger now than it was 10 years ago, or 7 years ago, which somewhat suggests what they're up to is even evidenced by this data. Now, at Weather Action, we're going to scrap all the recent usage of the CRU data from the University of East Anglia. It's not reliable, it's been meddled with, it's fiddled, it's dishonest. We're going to use only satellite data. But we're going to have a problem about how to join up the past with what data, because the CRU have been meddling in it. And we know also that the nighttime temperatures are pretty stupid because they don't remove the fact that trees have been growing around the stations, and at night that means temperatures have gone up. So basically, most of the world warming they talk about is been due to nighttime temperatures, which is due to the fact that trees have been growing around thermometers at night and they don't get so cold. So we've got a problem and we're working on it, but there's no way the CRU data should be used anymore. We have to have some independent way of drawing together honest, reliable data. Science based on lies is not science. So, and what can you do? Well, there's a very good petition around, which I would urge you to sign if you go to the number 10 Downing Street website. It's we, the undersigned, petition the Prime Minister to suspend the Climate Research Unit of the University of East Anglia from preparation of any government climate statistics until the various allegations have been investigated by an independent body. We support that, and I'd also say, please write to your MP. Don't let them off the hook. Repeat that demand to them and say that the people involved should be sacked. And why should they be sacked? Well, politicians were getting sacked for fiddling the public expenses books. Scientists should be sacked, especially when they're funded by the public, as they are in the University of East Anglia. They should be sacked when they're fiddling scientific data books. It is completely unacceptable, and the matter should be raised in Copenhagen. And I would say to you, don't let the politicians get away with it. The future now is up for grabs. Now, a lot of you are very interested in genuine green issues. Some people are involved in the climate change lobby because they want to save wildlife, they want to save rainforests, they want to save biodiversity. Now, these are very good things, but such people are going to get dragged down by this sinking Titanic, which is what the global warming hysteria now is. So I would urge all of you now who are involved in genuine, honest green issues to get off the Titanic now. Say, diversity of wildlife must be preserved for its own sake. Water resources have to be preserved for their own sake. And just disassociate yourselves completely from the climate change bandwagon, which is there to tax you and to control world energy resources and hold back third world development. The time is now to act and say no to the con, yes to testable science, yes to accountable policies. Thank you. So, what is going to happen in Copenhagen? Well, our forecast is it'll be another failed jamboree of the climate change bandwagon. But what they're doing is very dangerous. However, today, on the 27th of November, we're going to issue our Copenhagen weather forecast and politics forecast, which was actually first made on the 18th of November as part of our European 45-day ahead forecast. What we're predicting is for the period, the 7th to the 18th of November this year, Copenhagen will see deluges of snow and extremely wintry weather, and we're 85% confident of this. And in particular, when Mr. Obama arrives on the 9th or 8th of December, around that time, we expect there to be snow or even blizzards to greet him, which is not the sort of weather he wants. And we expect at the end of the conference, around the 19th, 20th, 21st, we expect the weather to suddenly improve in temperature terms. So we're 85% sure of that, and we are 99% sure that President Obama, when he's there, will put the ideology of false science of climate change before the welfare of the world public. And I urge you to join the fight to stop this nonsense. Thank you.